Yes, I'm originate from Benin by the way they were told. But do I look at as an Benin man? Do I speak Benin? Do I eat that kind of food? You say you are from a gala. Do you eat the kind of food the gala people eat now? Do you dress like them? Do you speak like them? It's like a marriage. By the time you force yourself to say, I am your brother, it's just like me now telling a Hausa man, me, I'm your brother. Me, he will be looking at me, how are we related? When the chiefs are down, when the night comes, they will use it as sacrifice because you don't even know what they are doing. So that's my thank you.
Oh, you say?
Yes.
Ishekwe. Okay. What do you think about Anioma State?
Well, not to really go into the deep of it. Anioma, for me, have been something. Even growing up, it's something I've been hearing about. And something we have associated ourselves with. As when we were in school, when we were in school in the 90s, there was this Anioma concept, this Anioma Student Association.
Okay.
And I remember in the 90s, before the data set was created, Anioma was projected. And that was a little knowledge I had then as a young person. You know, Anioma was projected, data was presented, and eventually we had data state with Asaba being the capital. But the agitation for Anioma has started a long time ago. In fact, I was opportune to get to document a newspaper report of the likes of Dr. Modebe and Nnamdi Azikiwe and Osadebe. And as far as I've known, by terms of Ezechima and the rest of them, I've also known that Anioma is not just located in Delta State.
Okay.
That is what some people don't know. There is Anioma in Anambra. Anioma people, Onitsha people are not Anioma people.
They are
yes, they are Ezechima clan. So, and that is why you see that the people who projected that stuff were Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Onitsas, the real Onitsas, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Modebe, Osadebe, who is from Asaba here, and one other person.
And Onitsha was in that plan. I think in 1982.
Yes, to be part of Anioma State. So the real thing, one thing I want to stretch out here, you see, people have been the emphasis of alignment. This alignment have really beclouded much more than the concept of creating the states.
Yes.
And I don't want us to lose that concept. The concept is having the state. This geopolitical zone people are talking about, it's something I just started in 1999 or thereabouts by the 1990 constitution. There was not anything like geopolitical zone before 1999 constitution. First, Nigeria was a region before it became states. Then they now made this geopolitical zone starting from 1999. Meaning that tomorrow we may not have geopolitical zone anymore. We can become a true federal state or true federalism, start practicing true federalism, where every state become autonomous on its own, just like it's practiced in United States of America. So if we lose this opportunity of having Anioma State just because we are trying to have these issues of where we should be placed, are we supposed to be in southeast or south, or we lose a lot. The first thing is to get what we are looking for, and that is to have Anioma State, because we all know that by the time Delta State was created, there was so much acrimony. Yes. There was so much disharmony. Yes. Why? Because some people felt we shouldn't be part of it. If it's a Delta State, Anioma should not be part of it. And that as I was made capital, worsening the whole thing. Yeah. That for the next few years, as I was like a glorified state capital.
Yes.
Because some persons felt, this is not Delta State. These people are not Delta State. Yes. So calling yourself a Delta, they know who Delta is, in quotes.
Yes.
And it also reflected in the election of 2015 that brought in the first Anioma governor. Yes. We saw what played out. So people should not deny the fact that when you are trying to become political or become sentimental over something that you know is very crucial, if not for a group of persons who assisted then he wouldn't have become a governor. Belushi, you were here in this state.
Yes,
we saw what played out. And Anioma Indiji was projected to be the masquerade. But eventually, 2 to 3 days of the primaries, he was dropped for an honorable man. Meaning they don't believe that we should head Anioma. They don't believe we are part of Anioma. So, see, I don't have qualms with anybody, but my interest is that I hear, my true projection is this: we need to have Anioma State. Whether Anioma State is taken to northeast or Anioma state is priority. Yes. We should have it. And if there's an opportunity for us to have it, and the best opportunities for us to be aligned with southeast, we should take it with all sense of urgency. Yes. That's one. Then two has to do with the fact that where do you want to be aligned? Yes, my people tell me, by old age, my father told me we originated from Benin. Okay. I'm married to an Edo person. But as far as I'm there, she's speaking in Igbo, Benin. I don't hear. So how do you align? How do you prefer to be aligned? And some people say they are Igala people. Do they hear Igala today? If an Igala man comes and speak, can Asabama hear him? The day they will conspire and kill you with Igala language, will you know? You will even be there and they will kill you. But there is no way an Igbo man will speak that I will not hear. A Kwale man speak that I will not hear. Yes. And a Kama speak that I will not hear. So who do I speak? You will hear. So I prefer to go to where I can understand what they are doing. Their culture, their ways, their food relates with me. Because to be very candid, if you go to stay with people who you don't hear, the ikwerre man, like we were talking in preamble, in Rivers, if they speak, I hear. Yes. Are you getting it now? But when an African man in South speak, and Robo man speaks in South, and in John man, I will never hear. And you'll be there, they will poison your food and you will die. You will die. So these two things are my postulations. Postulation based on the fact that Anioma said is sacrosanct. We need it. First of all. Okay? And that the only opportunity we have to have is because tomorrow, none of these people who are bringing the politics about it, they will feel disappointed tomorrow. Geopolitical zone is dissolved. A new constitution comes and they say there's no longer geopolitical zone. We now have to operate as federating states. You will have missed an opportunity to have a state. Yeah. Why do you want to miss it? States are autonomous. States are not controlled by geopolitical zones. Yeah, so we must go for it. And two, we must align based on how we relate, how close we are, how we relate. Yes, I'm originate from Benin by the way they were told. But do I look at as an Benin man? Do I speak Benin? Do I eat that kind of food? You say you are from a Gala. Do you eat the kind of food the Gala people eat now? Do you dress like them? Do you speak like them? It's like a marriage. By the time you force yourself to say, I am your brother, it's not like me now telling a Hausa man, me, I'm your brother. Me, he will be looking at me, how are we related? When the chiefs are down, when the night comes, they will use you as sacrifice because you don't even know what they are doing. So that's my thank you.
Thank you very much. They say, he said you could like me. That my brother. Yes. I got the fear. You won't take my job. Thank you very much. You just listen to Mr. Michael and I'm the CJ.